You clicked onto this video because you have watched so many tutorial videos and it's like 3 hours long, very confusing, and they don't really capture the big questions I would say a starting out producer has. So that's what we're gonna do today. This is episode 1 of how to produce a sample-based beat. This is exciting, guys, okay? If you're not excited yet, just wait. This is gonna change the way that you make beats. This is gonna make it so much easier for you. Let's get into it. I make my beats in the MPC3 software because I have an MPC and they work well together. First thing you need to do. That was pretty simple. Okay, so this is exciting. This is probably my favorite part of making a beat right here. I don't even know what I'm gonna do yet, but I have the pads ready, and now I can change it up. I can change the tempo of them. So what I will do now is I'm going to find the tempo, okay? So you want to find the tempo of the sample so then you know what you're working out of. You can either choose to stay in that sample or you could stretch your sample. So we heard it, we got something, right? I found something that I like, a pattern. It took me a while, okay? It's not like I just immediately found this pattern. Sometimes, generally when I'm not recording, I make beats a lot faster. I don't know why. I just think I get a little too caught up in what I'm making for you guys. I kind of lose something. But in this case, I got my pattern laid down, right? One thing that I like to stress is that when you're making a beat, the first step for the drums is making sure that you lay your chops in a way that the drums will be able to work with them easily, okay? For this one, I mean, it's already punchy, right? It already has a little bounce to it. So then when I put the drums over it, it'll be even easier for them to mesh with it. All right, so we have our 8-bar down, right? I like to then take that 8-bar and then times it twice, right? So now it's a 16-bar. I'm gonna go to the end of that 16 and I'm gonna change something on these last two, right? That's something that people like The Alchemist, they do a lot. When you're trying to make a beat interesting, you don't want it to just repeat the whole time, but you also don't want to do too much changing, because then it kind of loses the rhythm and it loses the flow of it. So you really want to try to walk a fine line with that to make it sound cohesive while not being repetitive. I think that is the critical thing. So what we are going to do now to work with this, right, is we are going to go, and I just want to, so I'll add some saturation. That's what I just did there. It's not picking up a lot of the signal. It's not being driven to a higher number, right? As I play the sample, I'm going to slowly move this drive knob up until I see this starting to maybe hit around the 3 or the 5 on the dial. So if it goes too far into the red, it's going to start kind of distorting the sound, which for some things is great, but for something melodic like a sample, you want the original sound of it to be a little bit better preserved. So then we're going to throw an Echo Boy over that, and I'm just going to get a little bit of reverb going. I don't even know which one I'm going to do yet. So now we have our sample kind of laid out. We have it mixed a little bit. It's ready to work with, is basically what I'm trying to say. What I'll do is I'm gonna make a new track. It's gonna be a drum track, and I'm gonna go to my drums. I kind of like this soft one. If I could get that bigger in the mix, that could be pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I'm definitely going to use that snare. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. So something very important to the process that you should remember that I don't remember enough is to keep your volume. You need to keep scaling it down. It's called gain staging, right? Through these different stages of making a beat, your volume is going to progressively go up with everything you add or change, because louder normally sounds better. So something starts to sound louder and we don't change it back down as much as we should. So you really want to keep dialing the volume down a little bit as you go. So when you go to do the master, it isn't so loud that it's just clipping and it's not working right. I think for this one, I'm going to do the kick and snare first. So now we have the hats, right? Let's see what this sounds like. So guys, this is basically the foundations of how you make a beat from start to finish. The one thing I didn't really go into in this is mixing drums and mastering a beat. I'd appreciate a subscription. Subscription, bro. Who says subscription? If you enjoyed, let me know. If you want to see more things like this, you want me to go more in depth, let me know. This is just the most fundamental beginner's guide, okay? I can go a lot deeper, but I don't want to do that unless you guys really want to see that, because it's a rabbit hole. Production is a rabbit hole that we could go down. But yeah, this is what I got. This is Hypeman. I hope you guys enjoyed.